in the fill is Dragon Ball Super 2. Why haven't they released it? Fans are actually really upset because Toei just announced that they're working on a brand new anime, and it's not Dragon Ball Super. And fans are starving for more Dragon Ball. So what exactly is going on? We've been having leak after leak after leak as Dragon Ball Super has been off the air for 5 years now. And in that time frame, there's been a variety of leakers and sources coming to say that the anime is returning and nothing ever happens. But where in the heck is Dragon Ball Super 2? That's the real question. Fans are like literally starving for it, and not a peep from them, not a single peep. Apparently, due to all these sources and leakers, people are saying it's being worked on, there's a web anime, but guys, every single year, multiple times a year, whether it's Jump Festa or Goku Day or something, people start saying, oh, we're gonna get the big announcement that Dragon Ball Super 2 is gonna be revealed, and it never is. We've been let down like literally 150 times in the last 5 years. So all I can say is, next time someone's like, expect a big Dragon Ball announcement, you know, it's gonna be like the Dragon Ball Superhero like Blu-ray disc, or you know, some crap like that, some new like Time Breakers Dragon Ball game that nobody plays, and they're like, oh, this big announcement, everybody's like, oh, Dragon Ball Super 2, and then it's like, motherfucker. So what's going on behind the scenes at Toei? We're gonna talk about that. And I also want to talk to you guys about why I haven't been covering Dragon Ball as much on the channel. If you're keeping up with the manga, they just released a new chapter that is leading up to the Dragon Ball Super superhero movie, with Goten and Trunks being the protagonists of this arc, as they are superheroes. In all honesty, the only reason I didn't review it, I felt like it was kind of uneventful. I didn't want that much to say. I mean, Goten and Trunks grew up, there's a time skip, but we saw that from Dragon Ball Super superhero anyway, and they're just running around beating up humans. That was pretty much it. That sums up the whole chapter. So it's not that I don't want to review Dragon Ball anymore, but I guess like something I'm trying to do more with my channel is, instead of cover like every single chapter of X anime or manga, just make videos on like the big eventful things that happen in the anime community. So it's kind of the same approach that I'm taking with Boruto. Like, I'm not reviewing every Boruto chapter, but like we recently got this chapter where they revealed the Otsutsuki god, like the god of the Naruto universe, and he uses god jutsu, and that's really interesting because Naruto and Sasuke might get god buffs, they might get god forms or something, and you know, I'll make a video on that. Now, Dragon Ball Super superhero, it was like pretty cool. It wasn't like the best. I mean, obviously not as good as Broly. I really liked Gohan's form. I wish we would have got some sort of explanation. We still don't have any real explanation besides Toriyama saying he's a beast. But it's pretty clear that the manga is trying to lead up to superhero, and then that will lead into the end of Z, and then we're probably going to get into some post end of Z after the Oob fight content, which is actually very interesting. I mean, I can't wait until we get to that point. Like, I'm super excited to see what happens after the end of Z. I mean, I think all fans are. But to see Goten and Trunks run around in Great Saiyaman outfits beating up regular humans, it's not like the most interesting thing Dragon Ball's ever developed. And I know it's the beginning of the arc. They'll probably introduce some sort of cool villain, and you know, I'll talk about it. But there's a reason that all of these fans are creating their own animations of Dragon Ball and giving fans what they want, which is mega powerful enemies, mega powerful fights, new forms. And I've talked about it a ton of times on my channel. Like, why don't they just explore the 4 universes that didn't fight in the Tournament of Power? They had the highest mortal level out of all the multiverse. Why isn't Goku going over there to meet some super powerful, you know, insane opponents with great backstories? There's so much there that could be written, and instead we're turning Trunks and Goten into Great Saiyamen to fight regular humans and criminals and stuff like that. We're wishing to be the strongest. I mean, I think what they're really trying to do is just level the playing field. So, you know, Gohan and Piccolo are pretty much as strong as Goku and Vegeta now, Black Frieza too. They're all up there like top tier badasses. And now we're getting Goten and Trunks. We're trying to like level the playing field again. So I guess it's like kind of, you know, Cell Saga-esque, like where everybody's pretty close to the same strength, but some people are slightly stronger than others. For now, I think Gohan Beast is probably the strongest that we know of. The Gohan Beast versus Black Frieza would be really interesting. It's not a Black Frieza arc. I mean, we saw Black Frieza just straight up take out Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta in a single hit. So maybe they need to get us past Dragon Ball Super superhero in the manga so that Gohan has a chance to fight Black Frieza. I definitely want to see what happens there. Now, if you've seen, like, fans are creating content that is really intriguing and captivating. If you haven't seen Dragon Ball Deliverance, they spent 2 years to just release their 4th episode. It's 45 minutes long, a little bit too long to react to. I'm debating like making a review on it or something, but basically they created this entire new backstory for the Namekians. It's kind of like the history and the lore of how the Namekians, you know, came to be, how they created the Dragon Balls and things like that. And then there's a really, really awesome Super Saiyan 2 Goten and Trunks scene at the end as they're fighting Gargoyle. And it's really cool. But I mean, it's amazing to me that like fans are creating content like this. We had Legend, a Dragon Ball tale come out, which was also incredible. People really wanted me to react to that as well, but I watched it, so I couldn't react to it. Dragon Ball Super Dark Angel, and you know, there's all sorts of really cool stuff out there. Toei like doing Goku vs Saitama, and basically fans are like writing the stories that fans want to see. I mean, it's very evident here that fans are so thirsty for more Dragon Ball content that they're pretty much taking it into their own hands and being pretty darn successful at it too. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Dragon Ball Kakume is a fan-made manga that's incredible. I reviewed, I think, the 1st or 2nd chapter on my channel, but I didn't really keep up with it. Reviewing fan mangas is another thing that I'm trying to, I guess, kind of get away from in the channel. I used to do a lot of those, but I've kind of tapered off on it. Why don't they even just tell us where Dragon Ball Super 2 is? Like, how hard is it for Toei to just be like, we're working on it, we're not working on it? Like, let fans know. Like, they just keep us in the dark and they punish us for being starving fans. And to me, what that signals is like, they don't care about us. They're sitting on a golden goose. They don't care about criticism or what anybody says or the direction of the series, because they know that no matter what, fans are always going to come back, and they ain't wrong. For an example, One Punch Man told us that One Punch Man Season 3 is in its 3rd stage of production, and they have a website up for it. And we also learned like 2 years ago that there is a live-action One Punch Man movie in production with the directors of Venom. So at least they're keeping us updated. Like, why can't Dragon Ball do that? So yeah, long story short, I just want to make videos on kind of like the bigger topics, not spam you guys with Dragon Ball, like minute details and stuff all the time. And I mean, honestly, like, I wish I could keep making fan animations of Dragon Ball, but I can't. I mean, I would never risk that again after, you know, putting 5 years of work into Anime War and then Toei just, you know, Thanos snapping me pretty much. So that's out the window. You know, a lot of people ask, like, why don't you, you know, make more Anime War, Akumo, Father of the Saiyans Part 3? It's like, dude, I'm not gonna spend months on a video that they can just snap their fingers and take down. It's not worth it. I'm really hoping that this Goten and Trunks superhero arc goes quickly. Like, I don't think it needs to be drawn out like Granola was. I think the Granola arc could have been 5-6 chapters less and accomplished the exact same thing. I mean, it was just so many repetitive chapters of the same things happening over and over again. So I'm really hoping that this Goten and Trunks arc, I'm praying that the Goten and Trunks arc will be short, and it's the entire purpose of it really is to just explain how Goten and Trunks grew up, what they're doing these days, and we're gonna like maybe have a 1 page of Dragon Ball Super superhero showing Gohan's and Piccolo's new form, and then we'll go quickly into the end of Z, and then we'll start like the new stuff, which is post end of Z, which I think everybody is very excited about. So yeah, guys, right now it really seems like the fans are the ones keeping Dragon Ball afloat, at least in the YouTube space. You know, I'm sure Japan's a lot different, and that's why they don't like really care about us at all, and they just delete our videos and stuff. We've gotten some incredible fan-made Dragon Ball content recently. I mean, Legend of Dragon Ball Tale was unbelievable. Toei likes Goku vs Saitama, unbelievable, and there's tons of others that I haven't mentioned. I was told by someone I know, I could say a source, I don't even want to say like what their job is, but they know people at Toei. They've had business meetings with Toei, and they told me in confidence that Toei simply doesn't want to keep working on Dragon Ball animation because it's too expensive. And I don't know if that's true, but I do know that the movies make a lot of money. Broly did really well. Dragon Ball Superhero didn't do that bad. And they're definitely making a lot of cash on the movies. So I'm thinking that they probably just want to keep doing movies because they're raking in millions, like tens of millions of dollars per movie. And while an anime would be great for fans and make fans extremely happy and excited, maybe they just don't want to run it at a loss. Like, they're like, it's not going to improve our merchandise sales that much, so, you know, people are still buying stuff even though we don't have an anime airing. Maybe that's the thought process. I don't know. Like, they probably just want to make movies. Maybe once we get past the end of Z, they'll release a bomber anime to, you know, that'll be great. Or maybe they're working on some new Dragon Ball that's not Super, it's something else. That was a rumor. Again, a lot of rumors floating around, but guys, I've been hearing since 2018, the anime is coming back, and, you know, not a single peep from Toei. I try not to get my hopes up. I just kind of laugh when they reveal their big announcement and it's like something really stupid. Personally, I think it's a poor business decision. I think, you know, even if you go on Toei's Twitter, every time they post something, like, all the comments are like, yo, where's Dragon Ball? Like, bring back the Dragon Ball anime, make some new stuff. And they just won't do it. Maybe they have their reasons, but I think, you know, personally, they should at least explain to fans why they haven't brought it back. What's going on? I mean, is it production issues? Are you planning some crazy Dragon Ball 2023 to 2028 huge monster thing? That's why you've been quiet on it, some giant sleeper project? Maybe, I mean, but I think that they should communicate, but it's not really the Japanese way, I guess. It's definitely the Western way. Like, we want to know what the hell's going on, and they just refuse to tell us. I mean, frankly, I'm pretty disappointed if they're taking on more anime projects. Effort and money could be going into Dragon Ball. It seems like so clear that that's what they should be doing, but they're not. And to be honest, I don't have the answer for you. They're speculations, but that's all it is speculation. You know, do they need Toriyama's blessing? Is he slowing them down? Maybe they don't have a lot of creative freedom because, you know, they need Toriyama involved or whatever. Anyways, long story short, like, when eventful things happen in the Dragon Ball realm, I'll make videos on it, but I just didn't want to make a 10-minute video and stretch it out to talk about Goten and Trunks beating up some freaking power level of 3 humans. Not that interesting to me. Like, I already know they grow up in Dragon Ball Superhero. Like, just make it a 1-page thing, go to the movie 1 page, go to End of Z 1 page, get us into the fresh content. Bring us an evil angel, some evil god of destruction, or something crazy. Freaking Gohan Beast versus Black Frieza, anything. Please.